Hello everybody, it's Empress here with Inner Connection series, and today we want to talk about the Chinese wisdom of the inner connection. Now, Chinese history of well-being goes back so long ago, and there are so many amazing wisdom like Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi, Hongzi, like that you probably have heard of. They all have their own wisdom in how to be the best being. And I am so intrigued from their wisdom. And alongside with Chinese medicine, I've been really digging this past month, I would say, into the Chinese wisdom. Now, people who know me knows how much I love my own people, my Chinese people. Actually, I'm from Hong Kong. I do differentiate myself with the, mainland China people, but and your view on the Chinese and things like that. And I don't think this is an appropriate time to throw out my Chinese jokes out here. But for Chinese joke, I do recommend Stephen He.
Emotional damage.
No, I did not get paid to say that. Or, Uncle Roger.
Hiya.
If you have not seen them, those two guys are like so brilliant in expressing what like the Chinese culture is like. But today we're just gonna focus on talking about the good side of Chinese, which is their ancient wisdom and their ancient medicine. And this is so far what I've experienced for the past month. So the story started when I've met my friend's dad. Now, this is good karma. This is a good story to share. I've became the matchmaker of two of my friends, and they finally got married this past August. Yay! And so, because of that, when the groom's dad has came to Ottawa and stayed for a bit, and I was so thankful to have the opportunity to interact and learn a bunch of stuff from him. And so I started my journey of practicing acupressure after learning things from him, little techniques here and there. And then I've always studied Chinese medicine for this past 10 years. So things like eating with the season, eating according to your body attributes. So I know I have a basis of it. So when I learn acupressure, it comes really natural to me. I also have a cupping certificate. So that, like I said, these things just came to me very naturally, and I've learned and I've understand acupressure within no time. But through that, I learned that I don't have enough chi or energy to do it on other people. And so I dig deeper into rabbit hole behind all this. And then through a friend, I actually got in touch and got practicing qigong. And through qigong and through acupressure, it's the miraculous connection between the two. It's all about qi. Okay? And then the way I've learned Reiki from my Reiki master, everything tied together like a very perfect like knot. And when I incorporate that onto some of my clients, they again see very good results. So there was a girl who sprained her ankle at this market, and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I work on it? And she said, sure. I start working on it, and the next day her swollen ankle went to 0.
Look at that, completely normal, minus my varicose veins, but bone, no swelling whatsoever.
And so little incidents like that makes me um, grasp bits and pieces of the Chinese wisdom together, and which got me into studying about the Tao Te Ching right now and the Zhuangzi, all his writing right now. And there's just one wisdom I've learned through all this. The wisdom is called Wu Wei. And what Wu Wei is the direct translation is not doing. I've bumped into this lady's YouTube, which explained Wu Wei in such a perfect way. Wu Wei is just cleaning out your heart, so your heart is empty like a vessel, and so it could take in anything that comes their way. Now, Wu Wei doesn't necessarily mean not doing, but not have a heart that's constantly fighting and wanting to do and be very attached to outcome, and then do the things that you need to do with the clean, clear heart, empty heart. And I find that that is the origin of qi, the origin of qigong, the origin of moving things around your body, the origin of just where qi truly comes from. It's a clear heart. When you do things with a clear heart, you do it with a peaceful mindset. You're not constantly fighting the world, you're not constantly fighting yourself. And that, a lot of times, is where our energy and our chi goes to, is fighting ourselves. And I'm guilty of it 100%. That's when I realized, why am I always so tired? Why am I always scared that I don't have enough energy? It's not because I don't get enough sleep physically, but mentally and spiritually and emotionally, they're always fighting. They're not in alignment. So when I'm in a state of Wu Wei, that's when I carefully learn where to really move my chi. And that's when I realize well-being all comes together. When the chi moves, Chinese medicine says, and when things are moving and not stuck, that's when you're at your most optimized well-being. And so today's lesson is pretty much, how do you clear your heart? Just remember those times when you hit that wall, you're at your most darkest times, and when you're like, okay, there's nothing I could do but to give up and let things take my way. And that's when, at your lowest point and the darkest point in life, you realize that that's when things turn around and you start seeing glimpse of light, or that very small opening in a window. And it's unless you hit those darkest and lowest points in your life, you don't recognize it. Why? Because you're constantly running around trying to find the exit. But when you're still and when you clear your heart, that's when your mind is clear. That's when you start paying attention to small little details. And that's when opportunity comes. And then that's the time, perfect timing, to grasp hold of that tiny little opening and tiny little lights And that's when you just let things be and let things flow. And you go with that flow with ease. And hopefully, this will help you who is in a maybe very desperate spots or in that spots of darkness to realize that honestly, the best way to deal with it is not doing anything, but to accept and clear that mindset and clear that heart and let life take its course. All you have to do is find the perfect timing, sit and observe, and just know and have that clear mindset to know when it is time to act. And by that time, you know what you have to do. And then all you have to do is just do it with a clear mind. And that's when and how the chi flows in you. Hopefully this will give you some insights. Leave me a comment if you have more questions. And I will see you next time. Choose love, not fear. Bye.